Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the 1890 land grant institutions of higher education and its impact upon institutions of African-American institutions of higher education. And we have with us to talk about the impact that the Land Grant Act had upon African-American institutions, Mr. WNesby from Tennessee State University. And of course, Mr. Nesby, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you, sir.
And to tell you how delighted we are to be with you this morning, because we know that you have a lot of information in reference to the 1890 land grant institutions. I think that's a term that many of us are familiar with, but a large number of our audience might not know that much about how the 1890 land grant institutions came into being. So start us from the very, very beginning. But before we do that, let's talk about WNesby. Let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that eventually led you to Tennessee State University. Then by that second segment, we'll be able to talk about these 1890 land grant institutions.
Well, thank you, Dr. Haney. Again, my name is WNesby. I was born and grew up in West Tennessee, Shelby County, a little town, Germantown, Tennessee. Went to high school down there, took vocational agriculture in high school. That's how I got my initial interest in the profession that I'm in now. Of course, at that time, Tennessee State University was the university to attend. I graduated from high school in 1963, came to Tennessee State University, majored in agricultural economics. At that time, though, it was not Tennessee State University, it was Tennessee A&I State University. But anyway, as I said before, my major was agricultural economics. I graduated from Tennessee State, took me 5 years to get my BS, but upon graduation, I actually went to work with the United States Department of Agriculture. At that time, the USDA was coming out on Tennessee State University's campus interviewing students because the USDA was extremely interested in minority employees at that time. So they came out in January of 1968, and actually I had my position before graduation. Graduated in June of '68, went to work with the Natural Resources Conservation Service right here in Nashville. Worked for, I think, about 3 months in Nashville as a soil conservationist. And they asked me if I'd be willing to transfer to Portland, Oregon, to actually get involved specifically with my major, agricultural economics. So I packed up my family and we moved to Portland, Oregon in '68. And there I became an agricultural economist trainee. I learned what that agency was all about, the ins and outs of watershed planning, working with local landowners, farmers, wasn't necessarily minority farmers, but the whole gamut of what the NRCS would do. I worked in a number of states with NRCS. As a matter of fact, I have worked in, if memory serves me correctly, I have actually worked in 5 different states with the USDA, from Portland, Oregon to Denver, Colorado to Columbus, Ohio, and then back to Tennessee. But the position that I hold now at Tennessee State University is it's called the USDA Program Liaison, and that name was assigned from the Farm Bill, the 2008 Farm Bill. Prior to that, the position was USDA/1890 Liaison Officer, but now it's the Program Liaison. And there I am at Tennessee State University. There are a number of factors that we do to have an impact on the students and the minority community, the Nashville and surrounding area. As a matter of fact, the entire state of Tennessee. But that's about me, where I come from, what I'm into, and we're going to, as you said, I understand we're going to talk more specifically about what I do in your next segment. But I am personally married. My wife and I we have 5 grown kids, 9 grandkids, and so That's where we are.
And so you've been in the road a long time working, dealing with these institutions, these 1890 institutions and similar kinds of institutions, and you've got a lot of information. And before we end this segment here for today, this is exactly what we want to deal with, because I think that when we start dealing with these 1890 institutions, there's some things that you can recall in reference to that, and that's what we want to do. And we're going to take this short commercial break, and we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.